Okay, this is a light body reading for the week ahead. And they're showing me something that I've spoken about a ton, only they're showing me it at a higher frequency. So basically what we're seeing is a mirroring of the same distortions in the 3D, 4D system, but in the 5D system. And this is just so people are aware that even if your frequency is heightened, if you do not keep up on your energy field, you can get this distortion. And so I know you have to be really, really sensitive to your field to understand if you have blocks in it, to know what aligns. But you can take the signs and symptoms and say, well, I'm kind of having these, this could be applied to me, or you can take it as just education on things to be aware of and take the precautionary steps of keeping your field clear and aligned, and therefore avoiding these distortions, okay? So whatever way you want to go about it. But what they're showing me is there's everything open from the heart down, and this is someone whose frequency is at 9,000 kilohertz, but all the higher gateways are super distorted, and there's a wobble in the throat. And I asked what this was. This person is grounding in both the 3D minorly, but primarily in the 5D. So because of this distortion, they're actually going back into the 3D timeline. And so their energy field is pulling them into a timeline that is not resonant with their soul self. And so at this level, the fifth level of the field is distorted by the inversion, the inverted energies. And we actually got the Devil card here. So metallic silver ray, this is predominant in the fifth level, in the 3D, 4D, ninth level in the 5D system. Okay, this is the energy of that. And we have the Devil. So this just means there's some darker, denser energies there. And what this meant to me was it is moving people towards the inverted source energy instead of true source energy. And I've been speaking about this a ton with certain procedures people have done that were forced upon many. Many did not take, many did. They are now projecting a false template in their field that others can absorb. So if you spend a lot of time with people who did that procedure, your field can absorb those imprints and start running them like they're your own. And what it does is it takes you out of alignment with divine. Okay, so I've talked about this a million times. They're showing it to me again in the 5D system. Again, this person has a frequency of 9,000 kilohertz, and that's great, except for their energies are moving towards the inversion, and the inversion does not go beyond the fourth density. It stops there, and you can feel like you're expanding and moving into all that is in cosmic consciousness, but it's actually in the astral plane. It is not true cosmic consciousness. It is not true cosmic awareness in source reality. It is distorted. It is a false light situation. Okay, so there is a great message of hope here, because for those that are feeling this way, that could be getting pulled into the inversion, there is great potential to become an ascended master. So to move into the ascended mastery states of consciousness in this life, there's great potential there. And it's a really tiny shift. All you have to do is realign the ninth level of the field and open the higher gateways. And it's there. And then you have to train your energy to not absorb that false template. And you do that with a deep velvet purple flame. You also will want to work with the silver flame in the 5D system. Okay, so you have this great potential to become this ascended master, but you don't want to just wait for it to happen. Okay, this is an action-oriented path. You don't want to sit around and wait for the universe to change and all of a sudden you're in your light. This is a proactive process, and that's why I started doing these readings a long time ago. I guess it was a little over a year ago I started doing these readings, the light body readings and the angelic messages, was to help people begin to take proactive steps to their own ascension instead of waiting for the collective ascension. And that's what is coming through today too. Don't just sit around waiting. There's a lot of work to do, a lot of energy coming in, a lot of messages coming in, and if you don't have these higher gateways open, you're not going to be able to truly tune into those cosmic frequencies and the cosmic energies or integrate them. So there is action, and there is a lot of hidden stuff going on. Hidden energies and darkness that needs to be cleared. And that's what needs your awareness right now. I was hoping for more positive-based messages, which we'll get into in the angelic messages, but this is about healing. So this path with the light body readings and stuff, this is about healing. So if we were all perfect all the time, we wouldn't need any healing. Well, that's part of why we're here. We have the subquantum anomaly and the inverted source energy, and we all have incarnated starseeds, light workers, to help transmute this. So that's part of our job of being here. Like, we are gifts to this world because we're able to transmute that. So it's not like there's something wrong with people because there's blocks or tears or holes in their field, emotional. We chose to take this on and to transmute it. And as we do that and we lighten our energy in our field, then more people can move into that space as well. So it's just part of the path. And so Sirius is coming through as well, and Sirius is, there's a graduation here. They are teachers, and there's a graduation and a celebration, but there is at a collective level too. So you could be processing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is going to be coming up in the next few months, and this has been coming through as well. And it's the darkness just being purged. So if you take proactive steps on your field to help, as well as help others to take proactive steps on their field, in their energy, then we will all be able to graduate to this other level and begin working on a new level of consciousness, begin working with advanced abilities, gifts, and those types of things. But there is a graduation and elevation here. But in these coming months, specifically, maybe just this week, there is a need to go within. And I know last week it was about taking action, and the action is taking action on your own energy field so that you can clear it. You're 2 steps forward, 2 steps ahead of everyone else. So when the collective is purging, you've already cleared and you're standing in that balance. It's really important right now. And so this is the focus, is using your internal light to guide you, using your intuition to guide you as this collective is purging these energies, okay? Because not only is it going to be mental, emotional, spiritual purging and physical stuff coming up, but we're dealing with the pure darkness, inverted source energy that is going to have to come up to be transmuted. And with that comes the lower vibrational entities and energies and influences. So we have to be prepared for that, use the protection, use the meditations that I have in the Academy, as well as the diamond light meditation I just put in, working with the diamond shield. So doing your purification work, working with shielding, and your own healing. Okay, it's really important right now. And then, there is this interdimensional shift. We are shifting realities, and because of that, that's why all this stuff is coming up, because it has to purge before we move into that. And so if you are at a personal level going through that, make sure that you're taking the time to meditate, to do the quantum healing sessions, to do your clearing, your writing, your physical movement, to get yourself prepared and balanced, cleared, harmonized, and balanced. And then all the external stuff will not be so have such a big effect on you. Let's see. Some of you guys are moving into the 60 system, so you are activating the golden heart field of the 60 energy. Know that at this time, when you move in from 5D, because this is a 9,000 kilohertz, or an energy of 900 kilohertz. So many people will be moving from 5D to 6D. And in that phase, there is a lot of adjustments, a lot of clearing. There can be fear of stepping into your advanced abilities and advanced gifts. So they are really reiterating to stay focused on the movement forward, stand your ground, and don't allow your mind to get in the way, fear to get in the way of this progress. sit within the golden heart field. You don't have to ground into the 70 core to work with the golden heart field. Anyone can work with it. I would recommend 4D and beyond. It's really powerful. Frequencies might be too high for 4D, but 5D on, you can sit within the golden heart field and begin working with these energies of Christ consciousness and the gold ray, one of the highest frequencies that we can access right now beyond the diamond ray, besides the diamond ray, and focus on forward movement. So you really want to, as all this collective stuff is coming up, you want to be conscious of it and make sure you're clearing your field and harmonizing and staying centered and paying attention and keeping your eyes open and being smart. But you want to keep your focus on Christ consciousness, on source, on true divine source light and the higher frequencies, because that's where you will be pulled. You don't want to focus on the darkness. So that's really the big focus this coming week, is to be aware of the lower densities that are coming to your attention, that could be around, that could be influencing other people, other situations, but keep your field clear, pure, and harmonized, and focus on the higher frequency outcomes and timelines that you want to move into, okay? And then as far as work in the Academy, you can do Ascension Mastery, higher dimensional gifts, Kuji Kiri, or it's Kuji In, Zen. So that would just be a harmonizing, balancing meditation, mudra, and the 4 element meditations. And with this, I feel spending time in nature as well as working with the elements to help you ground your energy, stay focused on the light, clear-headed, so you're not going off into la la land thinking that, you know, whatever could be happening, whether it's on a negative timeline or a positive timeline, that you're staying grounded. So working with the elements, spending time in nature. And this also came up last week, is make sure that no matter where you're at, you're grounding your energy every single day. We do not want to raise our frequency and then exist up here, okay? That is a really imbalanced, unstable place to be. So you need to make sure you're grounding every single week, every single day, not weekly. And not just into the roots, you want to ground all the way into the earth gateway. And if you haven't activated those gateways yet, you're going to need to do the Metatrons Cube activation, or find somebody else that knows how to activate them. But you need to open and activate the Earth Star and the Earth Gateway so you can ground all the way to the Earth. And in that way, you will always stay stable, centered in your body, and it will be much harder to go off on these random astral timelines that are complete false light, okay? Or too far in the darkness, okay? Hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time.